men experience those things too. I think that men just aren't as vocal about that sort of thing, but it definitely doesn't mean that when a man says that that this has happened to them, or that this was the case, or this was the situation, it doesn't mean that they're lying. It doesn't mean that they're not being honest. It doesn't mean they're just trying to garner sympathy.
Where do your trust issues come from?
My daughter's mom date raped me at a party.
So that means you didn't know about your daughter.
No, I found out when I got some papers in the mail from the OG office telling me to take a paternity test on my birthday.
If you don't mind explaining this to me, because I know this is probably shocking for a lot of y'all, because when we hear things about like date rape, it's usually women being raped by men. We often don't get the stories of men being told. So what happened to you? Can you start from the beginning?
Yeah, so on social media, there was a party, and I went to the party, and she ended up peeling my drinks, and I woke up in the hospital.
And what happened when you woke up in the hospital?
They told me that I got date raped. I had an oxygen machine on, my stomach was being pumped, and the thing they put on your finger was on me, so.
I think that if we can't even acknowledge that, it's possible for a woman to do something wrong to a man, or even another man to do something like that to another man, then I think we need to consider if we're actually compassionate, good-hearted people. Why is it so hard for us to believe something like that? To take someone at their word and not just assume that they're lying or it's made up or whatever. So just be compassionate. I guess it's important to use your discernment, but when it comes to stuff like this, well, I think it's really risky to claim that someone who says that they were sexually assaulted was lying. And you're asking for bad karma. You're almost asking for it. It's basically like, and honestly, if you do that to someone and you're wrong, and you're probably wrong, and even if, let's say, they're lying, that's still bad karma on you, because you're being heartless and you're being cold, and someone's revealing something that's incredibly difficult and vulnerable, and that completely exposes them, and then you're still like, oh, you're a liar, or oh, that's made up, or it's not real, or that didn't really happen, or you're confused. You're literally karmically asking for that same thing to happen to you, either in this life or another life. So be very careful about that sort of thing. Be very careful about that sort of thing. Date rape is not something that is exclusive to just women. Date rape, sexual abuse, sexual assault, all these sorts of things